Welcome to another value vintage league here. Same rules as normal vintage, except you have to have $30 or less for your whole deck on Mox Field as far as TCG player pricing goes, and as you can see, we're just under here. Only difference is Parker or Luck on the Magic Online version, which we'll look at in a second, is a different card name because they don't have the rights to Spider-Man on Magic Online, annoyingly. So it's this Duskmourn's claim card. We're playing Jund Burn Oath of Druids. And the centerpiece of our deck here is Oath of Druids, which importantly mills cards. That'll come up in a second. So if your opponent has more creatures than you, you can activate Oath of Druids in your upkeep. Then you mill cards until you hit a creature and put it into play. And what we're doing with that is two things. One, we want to mill Creeping Chills. We've got 4 Creeping Chills in the deck, and each time you mill them with Oath of Druids, you can exile them from your graveyard, dealing 3 damage to your opponent, and you gain 3 life, which is great. And then we mill into a Blitzwing. Blitzwing has the text where at the end of your end step, the beginning of your end step, target opponent loses life equal to the life they lost this turn. So it just doubles the damage and life loss that you've dealt that turn. So in theory, you could play Oath of Druids on turn 2, mill 4 Creeping Chills before you hit a Blitzwing, and then you go to your end step, and that doubles the 12 damage from the Creeping Chills, doubles to 24 damage. Now, the more realistic scenario is we mill 2 Creeping Chills, and then we hit a Blitzwing, which is kind of your average here, because 4 and 2. That's 6 damage. Then on your turn, you hit them with you draw a card, then hit them with a lightning bolt, you hit them with the bump in the night, that's 12 damage. Then you go to your end step and it doubles, and they take 24. So very, very realistic to kill your opponent on turn 3 with this deck, which is pretty sweet. You can also just play Blitzwing for its more than meets the eye cost for 4 mana. You don't actually need to mill into it. If you just have one in your hand for 4 mana, you just play it. And then on your turn, you swing if you connect, and half of them is going to get flying, so it's not too hard to connect. It just transforms into the front side, and you get the damage doubling there, which is pretty good. A lot of the rest of the deck is just normal burn stuff. Chain Lightning, Lightning Bolt are the best burn spells in the game, full stop. Bump in the Night, since we're in black, is another one for 1 mana for 3 life loss, which is great. In theory, we can flash it back, but that's obviously tough. Rift Bolt, which is the Suspend Lightning Bolt. Skewer the Critics, which is the Spectacle one. We covered a lot of this stuff. We've got 2 Flame of Kelds, which is sort of like a mid-rangey, kind of grindy way of, getting extra cards mid-game and dealing extra damage there. I'm not sold on this one. This is one we're going to be trying out today and seeing how it is. So I did 2 of those, and then one of this, Peter Parker's Luck / the Duskmourn's Claim online name, where you can, draw extra cards and deal damage. These are both sort of like burn-friendly ways of getting card advantage mid-game, but I don't know if they're worth it really, to be honest, but we will see. One to look out for. 1 Volcanic Fallout, and then 3 in the sideboard to clean up, a lot of little creatures, some of the energy decks, some of the affinity decks, elves, that kind of thing. They're going to put a lot of creatures into play, and we got to sweep them up. Also deals damage, which is good. Collective Brutality. I think this is just a main deck way of hedging against some of the combo decks. We can take an instant or sorcery. We can kill a small creature that's important. Or if we don't need any of that, it's still just a burn spell. We deal 2 damage, and then we gain 2 life. So even without anything else, it's still, just a reasonable burn spell there. And then 2 Volcanic Spite. This is another flex spot we're trying. The idea is we can put a Creeping Chill from our hand on the bottom of our library. We can put a Blitzwing on the bottom of our library. We can just cycle a land to get a regular spell. So this is another kind of flex spot we're trying out. So the 2 Volcanic Spites, the 2 Flame of Keld, the Duskmourn's Claim, I'm not 100% sure on. Maybe I should just be playing more of the Volcanic Fallout's main deck, or maybe it's another card that I'm not aware of that could be good in here. You got ideas for those, few slots, let me know down below in the comments. I'd be happy to hear it. And while you're there, like, subscribe, all that jazz. That's all very, very much appreciated. Land base is another kind of experiment, we'll say. So it's a lot of the you got the Blackcleave Cliffs, which make black and red, Karplusan Forest, which make green and red. I think those are two of the best ones. Then we've got a mountain, a swamp, a forest, and then 4 of the twisted landscapes. So we can use these to fix our mana and get what we need colors-wise, but we can also kind of cycle them mid-game if we just need to find like one more burn spell to win, that kind of thing. That's one to try. And in order to get more reach, we've also got 2 Restless Vents, which can turn into a creature and also fix our mana. And then 2 Raging Ravines, which also can become a creature mid-game and fix our mana. Again, I'm not sure if these are better than just like normal untapped lands, but we'll see. I could see going down to like 1 and 1 and then just playing some more, I don't know, something else. That's the main deck. Sideboard, we've got, like I talked about, the other 3 Volcanic Fallouts as sweepers. Smash to Smithereens for the artifact decks. Until deals damage, that's great value there. And then 4 Inquisition of Kozilek and 4 Duress. For some of the combo decks especially that can go faster than us, but potentially some of the control decks too. I'm not sure exactly when I'll board them in, but definitely some of the potentially faster combo decks than us. And that's about it. All right, let's hop into round 1 here. Okay, here we go. Um, I think it's good enough, but it's iffy. We get to dig a little bit, putting the Creeping Chill underneath of the bottom. Kind of depends what they're on, though, of course. That's a good start. Yeah, that's quite strong. See, we have to kill the Vault Scourge. The lifelink is dangerous for us. Let's see what they decide to do here. I'm hoping they just try and equip it to the Scourge. That would be the best for us. They equip it to the Ornithopter, it makes things a little trickier. Yeah. I think we do this. Play our Oath. We do have the Lightning Bolt. Hatches, sure. That's a strong vintage, expensive vintage card. Let it off workshop, then your Moxons and stuff. Okay. That smells like a counter spell. They're being aggressive this time. We're lagging, that's not good. Hopefully we get to actually use our Lightning Bolt before. Hopefully we get to use our Lightning Bolt here. Let's see if they got a counter spell. Smells like a counter spell. Nope, no counter spell. Alright, so we got Oath of Druids. Target opponent. Yes. We got a Creeping Chill. Just one. So we don't win here. Yes. Ooh. Go and play tapped. That's annoying. So we can't win this turn, unfortunately. I think we just play out our spells here. I think we played it. This comes into play tapped, right? Yeah. So if we would have sequenced this differently, we could have won this turn. It's interesting. But we're still in a pretty good spot here. I assume they're reading Blitzwing here. They're not dead. I'm not sure. They're gonna lose, I think, 9 here, right? Yeah. So they're okay. We go to our next turn. Emery is fine. Alright, so we won then. We can just F6 through here. They have no cards in hand, so we will win this. We will get hit for 6 and then we win on our turn. And we get ready for game 2. Don't want to show him any more cards by milling with the Oath here. We want our sweepers. And we want the smash to Smithereens. What don't we want? I think that's a little slow. I think we can take out the Cobras. They're not amazing here. Maybe something like this. I think these two are kind of our weakest removal spells. The black mana is not, our easiest to get. I think that's okay. We'll try that. We cannot keep that. We can keep that. Keep. I don't think we need 2 Raging Ravines, so we'll do that. Let's see if they have a really, really fast start, we could be in trouble here. If they don't have like a blazing start, I feel okay. Ooh, that's pretty good. That is quite good. That lets them bounce our creature off the Oath. Yep. They went pretty hard on the Graveyard Hate. I do want to kill this. They can return it to their hand with the Spellbomb if they wanted to. They do not want to. brought in a lot of hate cards. Interesting. Okay. Sure. Yeah. Um, what do we do here? So we can smash the Smithereens the Spell Bomb, which forces them to crack it and draw a card. We could Volcanic Spite the Vault Scourge. Hmm. Um, I think I'm okay with them. I think I'm okay with them bouncing, I guess. Got one there. We milled a bunch of cards. Yeah. Got a swamp. Maybe I should have waited till it was their turn. They got a counterspell? Yeah, I feel like this was made a mistake. Fair enough. Frogmite, sure. Do they have a cranial plating? That would be bad. They don't have a cranial plating. Okay. Alright, I'm curious what the last card in their hand is now. Yes. Oh, I got nothing. Interesting. So that's an interesting one. If I don't do anything, think I got to do this. So I want to flip it. So we're going to bolt here. I want to get the damage in. If they counter this, we are in a little bit of pain here then. Things get dicey. I think we just hold then. Because getting hit by a, what's it called again? Cranial plating is one way we could get blown out here, so we're going to try and play around that. I think we maybe do it now even. Because they could draw like a... We don't really care about the Frogmite getting big, but we do care about this one getting big. Yeah, see the cranial plating there. So this is fine, but the other option for us was not. And we got there, because on our turn we can just swing for the win. So notably in our upkeep, we can't act... Our last card is our only other creature, and they're at 10, and we only have 3 Creeping Chills. So we can't use the Oath on our upkeep, but what we can do is just take a normal draw, and then just swing hard cast Rift Bolt, and then that gets enough, because Rift Bolt will double. So good match, win there against Affinity, which is pretty cool. Okay, here we go. That's an iffy one, right? I think it's keepable. We have to try and dig a little bit with this. We have the Spite to dig, though. We've got to draw a step. I think it's okay. It's iffy, though. Our opponent's mulling pretty hard, which helps, obviously. We're just going to give you no possible play, yield all to make this quick. The nice thing about not having Force of Will in this format is that you're tapped out and don't have any mana, you can just... Oh, it's this deck again. Oh boy. Suspend this for 1. Play Bump in the Night. Alright, Rift Bolt. Burn them. I want to draw a green mana source. Actually, I don't have any creatures. Hmm. It's actually not very good without any creatures, is it? Yeah, but not any creatures. I think the Oath plan is actually pretty bad. We just do this. Balance. Now I wish I would have kept it. um. hmm, Interesting. Interesting. We're in trouble. I think they're probably gonna get rid of all of our creatures, so we're just gonna hold like this. I want my Oath of Druids back. Oh boy. Hmm. Put this one on the bottom. Green. Yep. Oko. Yep. That's a problem. So we have to get lucky here. Let's see what they do. They can elk it. It's an artifact, so they can just elk our creature. Which means that we have to draw a burn spell. Actually, we can't. We can't win because they got the food token. We're just going to gain life here. I think we're dead. All right. No, we're not dead. All right, let's see. So we swing here. They take 3. I think we can deal 9 and it doubles. Yeah, I think we're okay. We hit them for 3. And then we hard cast this one. Red, red. And we go to the end step here. I think we win, right? Yeah. Okay, that was really close. They probably didn't read the whole card. It's got a ton of text on it, but our Blitzwing here. See at the end there, we dealt them 9 damage, and then they took 9 with all of the doubling it, which is pretty sweet. I still think this is a pretty tough matchup though. I want the Inquisitions for sure. We probably want the Duresses too. The Smash to Smithereens are good. That hits their artifact mana. Let's take out this one. This one. That one doesn't hit the I think that's not quite as good here. The Oath is actually kind of suspect, isn't it? Maybe we just take out the Oath plan? Maybe this is the way. But they don't have a lot of creatures, so a lot of times this is just not going to trigger, right? I think maybe this is the right way to do this then. Right, let's try that. Not 100% sure, obviously. But this is one of the few decks in value vintage that isn't playing creatures. I think most decks are playing like creatures to the board. Like maybe there's a high tide deck that doesn't, I think. Even the control decks are usually going to play some creatures. Um, I think it's okay because they're going to go after our mana. We can snipe a border post on turn 2 probably with the smash to Smithies. Maybe this was a mull. It's kind of slow. I felt like we're on the draw. We've got lands. We're going to try and wrap our board a bit. We can turn to Smithies, one of their border posts. They're really thinking there. Feel free to skip ahead. Our opponent's thinking too long, so I'm guessing they've gone off to, use the bathroom or something. Grab delivery food, I don't know. They don't appear to be here, though. Alright, they're back. Yeah, we'll do this one. And no possible play is field goal. So hopefully they play a border post here. Alright. I'd like to draw some action. That's not bad. We'll just blow that up. Yep. Yep. That's not a great draw. Yeah, I feel like we're in trouble now. We didn't need some like discard or something. Greater Gargadon. Crashing Footfalls. Okay. Um. Oh, we. I messed up my mana. I think we have to do this now. This is pretty bad. I should have, they wrath us here, we're in so much trouble. Yep. Red, green. Yep. Yep. Let's see if that's rhinos or if it's balance. Okay, that's bad. This one, this one. Well, I guess they don't get any cards in their hand. That's good for us, I suppose. We can cycle this at the end of their turn as long as they, you know. We can cycle it regardless, I guess. And we can hit for 5 with Lightning Bolt. Because we're going to get 2 extra damage. And hopefully we get another burn spell. So we'll cycle this. Okay. We'll bolt them. Not what we wanted. Oh, it's going to be a close one. A little confused what just happened. Okay. It's going to come down to a top deck, I guess. They get the rhinos. So we have to draw a burn spell. This only hits for 2. And they got a blocker, I guess. Well, I guess the rhinos don't have haste. So we bolt now. We have to draw burn spell. Ugh, we can play this for 4, but not 3. All right. That's sad. All right. Oh, they can win with the Gargadon now. Okay, this is pretty cool. Let them do this. Since we didn't draw a burn spell to win, we were probably odds on the win there. We probably had like more cards that just won the game than didn't. But I don't know. Moves a time counter from Gregor Dargadon, puts the triggered ability onto the stack. I don't actually know what happened there. I thought the Greater Gargadon was going to come into play and kill us. Was there a timing issue? Okay, here we go. Come on, MTGO, you can do it. I believe in you. Ugh. I think that's worth a mulligan. Just not very good. Oh boy, that's not a lot better. I'll keep it though. Kind of on my first hand back. At least we could cycle the cards. Let's see what they're on. They've been on elves in the past. Looks like they're on elves again. Yep. Elves it is. I think we're just going to kill it now to stop some of the crazier starts. And cycle the land. Can use an oath. Okay. Fair enough. Um, hmm. I think I'm just going to drain them, actually. I kind of want to cycle this. I think if we don't find an oath soon, we're dead. Okay. Yep. I think we're just going to cycle. Alright, we're in trouble. Just about to get domed for 5 here. Maybe I should have killed this guy. Oh boy. We gotta kill that. Probably. Or do we? 3, 6, 7, 8. Still 7 damage to go. Boy. I guess if we draw, we got 4 oaths and 2 of the Blitzwings. And the 1 main deck Volcanic Fallout. I think now it's just the Volcanic Fallout. Game 2. Alright, so we definitely want the Volcanic Fallouts. What don't we want, though? Let's try that. I think because we have the Volcanic Fallout, we keep it. Alright. We got to play. We're just going to play our tap land and no possible play, see what they do. That's a whiff. That's not what they wanted, I don't think. Maybe it is. That's pretty good, but we can clean up with the Karplusan Forest. Yep. I think we are just going to do it now. And the reason being is they have some fatties in their deck. Like they play Chancellor. Last time we played them, they had got Chancellor of the Tangle in there. I don't want them to have the mana to cast that, and then we can't deal with it. And they don't have land, they're not playing stuff, so I think they probably, there's a good chance they do have it. So we're going to play our Blitzwing. We got flying, but we don't have haste, so, you know, doesn't matter. Green should be able to play something now. Yeah. And I'm going to do this to guarantee that we can connect. Because I don't know if we're going to get flying yet. I could have done that instant speed, actually. It's instant. Anyway. Probably didn't have to do this like this. Which one did we get? We could choose randomly. One of the two. And they understood what was happening. Okay. I think it's the same plan. We need a sweeper or we need an oath. Those are kind of our two ways to win this. That's an oath. Let's see. They got a fast start, though. They could win before it matters. That's a fast start. Oh boy. That's a scary start. Lightning bolt. If I draw a bolt, I would bolt that. We didn't get a bolt. Yep. 2 mana. Yep. Yep. We could just be dead before our oath triggers. This is 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh. So here's the question. I think, do we oath or do we bolt? They got 2. Probably the Titania. We're gonna have to tap the Titania to pump. So this gives 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 exactly right now. 12, 13. We'd be okay. We could sweep. I think we still just play the oath. Maybe this is wrong. Maybe I should be blowing something up. But I think we're not going to die. As long as we don't die, then we can sweep next turn. Alright, F6. Let's see what they do. Alright, we didn't die, so hopefully we get the sweep now and we're okay. Pull out our graveyard here. Yes. Ooh, we got no chills. No chills. Next card we drew is chill. Okay. So we have to sweep now because if we don't, then they can use their mana to make their guys bigger. And we get a double damage there. they get to use Oath this time. We didn't have a choice there. They get an Elvish Spirit Guide. Yep. So we could use Oath because they played another Spirit Guide. But if our other Blitzwing is too low down, then we will die. Will we die? 6 mana. No, it'll be 6 from the Creeping Chill. There's 2 more chills, right? It'll be 6, 7, 8, 9, and we'd be okay. Right, 6, 7, 8, 9 times 2, 18. If it's exactly the last card in our deck, we will die. So I think we do no. Because technically, if it's the last card, if our other Blitzwing is the last card in our deck, we will die. So let's just bolt them. I'm just going to search for the swamp now. Actually, we're at a low enough life total. Maybe I should have. Because we have to sit back on blocking duty now. No, can we attack? No, we can't attack, because if they draw, we have to sit back on blocking duty. Actually, maybe we should have just gone for it. There's probably more stuff that could go wrong by us not doing this, to be honest, because we're at 5. Alright, they can only make it 2-2, so they can put us to 1 if they want to, which is conveniently not 0. 1 is fine, 0 bad. Alright, well, they had enough. It would not take much next turn to kill them, so we could, there's a few different ways we could go about this. But yeah, good game. Okay, so that went really well. I was very happy with that. I only played a couple of matches and test games on Magic Online with this one, but we did get them all. Those are all the 3 matches I played, so I was very happy with this one. I think this is probably the next deck that I will play in a tournament. I've only played one value vintage tournament. Live in Europe, so there's not really a paper scene, and the Magic Online tournament times can be tough because they're mostly East Coast, even or U.S. or even West Coast in the U.S. time centered there. But I played Goblins in my first tournament there, and I went, okay. I think this is probably what I would take next time. This seems fun and pretty reasonably competitive. I don't know about the Flame of Keld. I think I will cut those 2 and maybe the Volcanic Spites. But again, I'm not exactly sure what is good in those spots. So again, if you got ideas, let me know, because you need to fill out this somewhat. I might just put the Volcanic Fallout's main deck, to be honest. Like, the Volcanic Fallout seem pretty good. Yeah, like, subscribe, and all that. If you got ideas, let me know. But yeah, I was very happy with this one. So that was fun. All right, see you next time.